I accidentally ruined a billionaire's wedding. Chapter 1. The Wrong Button. My name is Nina Carter, and for as long as I can remember, I have lived my life through a lens. I am a photographer, quiet, observant, and happiest when I am invisible, capturing moments that other people will cherish forever. Weddings are my specialty. I love the soft light, the happy tears, the promises whispered between two people who believe their love will last forever. Today was meant to be the biggest day of my career. I had been hired to document the wedding of Elias Sterling, a name known by everyone in the country. He was the owner of Sterling Tech, a cold, mysterious, incredibly wealthy man who rarely spoke to the press, rarely smiled, and seemed to care more about his business than anything else. And today, he was marrying Isabella Hart, the city's most famous socialite, beautiful, charming, loved by everyone, and photographed almost as often as the celebrities she hung out with. The venue was breathtaking, a grand estate with gardens that looked like they had been pulled straight out of a fairy tale. White roses climbed every wall, crystal decorations hung from every tree, and the air smelled of expensive perfume and fresh flowers. Everywhere I looked, there were famous faces, wealthy families, and reporters trying to catch a glimpse of the happy couple. I moved quietly through the crowd, camera raised, capturing the smiles, the hugs, the beautiful decorations. I was just the hired help. Nobody noticed me, nobody spoke to me, and that was exactly how I liked it. By late afternoon, during the reception, the crowd moved toward the main tent for speeches. I stepped away, walking toward the back of the garden to get a shot of the famous flower arch alone, the place where Elias and Isabella had exchanged vows only hours before. It was quiet back there, away from the music and laughter. Sunlight filtered through the leaves, painting the grass in golden green. And that was when I saw it. Hidden behind the thick greenery of the arch, partially obscured from view but perfectly clear from where I stood, Isabella. She was wearing her beautiful white wedding dress, the diamond necklace Elias had given her glowing at her throat. But she was not standing alone. She was wrapped tightly in the arms of a tall, handsome man I recognized immediately, Julian Moore, her ex-fiancé, the man she had supposedly left years ago when she met Elias. They were kissing. Not a friendly hug, not a polite greeting. It was deep, desperate, passionate, the kind of kiss that told me everything I thought I knew about this wedding was a lie. My breath caught in my throat. My hands began to shake. I raised my camera automatically, my photographer's instinct taking over even as my mind reeled. I zoomed in, framing them perfectly. I wanted this photo as proof. I wanted to show Elias later, privately, so he would know the truth about the woman he had just married. I focused. I pressed the shutter. The image appeared on the small screen on the back of my camera. Then, in my panic and confusion, my thumb slipped. Instead of pressing save to draft, I pressed send live to display in social media. At first, nothing happened. I stood frozen, staring at the screen in horror. Then, from the main tent, I heard it. The music stopped. The laughter died instantly. A murmur began, rising quickly into gasps, shouts, and shocked whispers. I looked up and saw the big screens set up around the venue, the ones that showed live feeds of the wedding moments. Right now, every single screen was showing exactly what I had just photographed. Isabella, the bride, kissing another man. I saw Elias standing near the stage. He was still as a statue. His face was completely unreadable, no anger, no sadness, no shock. Just emptiness. His eyes were locked on the screen, and for a split second, his gaze seemed to drift toward where I was standing in the garden. I didn't just ruin a wedding today. I had started a war. And I had become the enemy. Chapter 2, Public Enemy Number 1. By sunset, my whole life had been turned upside down. I accidentally ruined a billionaire's wedding, was already trending at #1 worldwide. My name, Nina Carter, was everywhere. My face was everywhere. People were taking screenshots of me, editing photos, making memes, writing long angry posts about what a terrible person I was. They called me a liar. They called me a homewrecker. They said I had planned it all from the start, that I had edited the photo, that I was jealous of Isabella, that I wanted attention, that I was secretly in love with Elias myself. Isabella had given a tearful interview to every news channel available, claiming I was a disgruntled former employee, that I hated her, that I had destroyed her happiness out of spite. Her family had released a statement threatening lawsuits, demanding I be banned from photography forever, promising to ruin me completely. And the internet agreed with them. My phone buzzed constantly with notifications, thousands of messages, comments, emails. Almost all of them were hate. People wished me dead, wished me pain, told me I was the worst woman alive. My website crashed within an hour. Every single client I had worked with over the last 5 years canceled their bookings. Friends I had known for years messaged saying they couldn't be seen talking to me anymore. I packed a small bag, tears streaming down my face, ready to leave the city and never come back. I had nothing left here. My career was gone. My reputation was destroyed. I was the most hated person in the country. Late that night, as I sat on my bed in my empty apartment, my phone rang. The caller ID simply read, "Sterling Group." My heart stopped. This was it. Lawyers, lawsuits, threats. I hesitated, then answered with shaking hands. "Hello." My voice came out barely a whisper. "Nina Carter." The voice was deep, calm, low, a voice I recognized from news interviews and documentaries, though I had never heard it directed at me before. It was Elias Sterling himself. "Mr. Sterling, I am so sorry, I didn't mean to, I pressed the wrong button, I can explain," I rambled, terrified. But he didn't sound angry. He didn't sound upset. He sounded grateful. "Stop," he said softly. "I know exactly what you saw, Nina. And I know you didn't lie. I didn't call to threaten you. I called to thank you." I froze. "Thank me?" "Yes. You didn't ruin my wedding. You saved me from spending the rest of my life married to a liar and a cheat. I knew she was unfaithful. I suspected it for months. But I was too proud, too stubborn, too afraid of public shame to admit it to myself or anyone else. You did what I couldn't. You showed the truth to everyone." He paused, then continued. "Don't leave the city. Don't run away. Come to my office tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. We have a lot to talk about. And I have a proposition for you." The line went dead. I sat there, phone still in my hand, completely stunned. The man whose wedding I had destroyed, the most powerful man in the country, had just thanked me. And now he wanted to see me. I had no idea what awaited me tomorrow. But I knew one thing for sure, my life was never going to be the same again.